5 years after being trapped inside their own home, Jason's family finally opens the front door. But instead of freedom, they find a city completely transformed, and a group of terrifying creatures waiting outside. Their only chance of survival may depend on the very monster they were once trying to escape. But how did this family end up trapped for 5 years? Let's go back to the beginning. The movie starts with Jason noticing dark clouds gathering over the city. A massive storm is approaching, so he heads home and continues his usual routine. Then his daughter notices that the internet has stopped working. Jason checks his phone and realizes there is no signal either. He assumes the storm has caused a temporary outage. But when the family tries to leave, they discover something far stranger. The front door won't open. They try windows, but those are sealed too. Even the doors of nearby houses are locked in exactly the same way. The children begin to panic, while Jason desperately tries to break through the windows. The glass cracks, but refuses to shatter. Then Jason notices something impossible. Water is covering the cracks like an invisible shield. They're completely trapped. The family soon realizes every neighbor is facing the same problem. Only one neighbor happens to be outside when it begins. They call out to her, hoping she can help from the other side, but she can't hear them. When she tries to enter her own house, she discovers that she is trapped outside too. With no way to communicate normally, the neighbors start writing messages on boards and holding them up for one another. Nobody knows what's happening. Some suspect a government experiment. Others wonder if aliens have arrived. As night falls, Jason keeps searching for an escape. He drills through the walls, but every opening is covered by the same strange watery barrier. Even when he breaks through a larger section of the wall, the barrier immediately seals it. His wife asks what they're going to do. Jason admits he doesn't know, but he believes whatever happened was probably caused by a human mistake. The next day, Jason checks their supplies. They have roughly 2 months of food and basic household items. Since they don't know how long they'll be trapped, he teaches his children how to conserve water and electricity. Days turn into weeks. Jason keeps the children busy by teaching them survival skills. Meanwhile, messages from neighbors become increasingly desperate as their food supplies run out. Then, while Jason's daughter is sitting near a window drawing, she notices something strange during another rainstorm. A water droplet appears to move upward. When she holds a pencil near it, the droplet follows the pencil's movements. Then she sees a dark shadow outside. Before she can call anyone, it disappears. The next day, she tells her brother about the strange drops and the shadows she has seen in the rain. He doesn't believe her until he sees the shadow himself. Still, he convinces her it must belong to an animal. But the situation outside soon becomes much more frightening. The neighbors begin dying because they're running out of food while the storms continue. One night, Jason's family hears someone outside. It's their neighbor, desperately calling for help while holding a knife. She warns them that something outside is coming to kill everyone. Before they can understand what she means, an invisible force suddenly pulls her away. Now, the family realizes the truth. Something is hunting people outside. Jason immediately closes the curtains and keeps his children away from the windows. But their own house is slowly becoming another threat. The foundation begins to rot, leaving much of the structure dangerously unstable. Eventually, a storm causes the chimney to collapse. Jason sends his daughter up to inspect it because she's small enough to reach the opening. That's when she discovers something important. There's no strange seal inside the chimney. The barriers around the doors and windows are what have been protecting them. But survival comes with another painful loss. Their dog dies. The family is devastated, but Jason knows they need to survive. He preserves the meat as a food source and later uses the remaining waste as fertilizer. When he throws some unwanted parts down the chimney with his son's help, he notices a fox outside eating them. That gives him an idea. If animals can reach the house, maybe they can catch them. One day, Jason's daughter looks through the window and sees the creature responsible for the attacks. It's enormous, with multiple tentacle-like limbs. The entire family freezes. Jason tells everyone not to move. They stand completely still until the creature finally leaves. 3 months have now passed, and electricity finally goes out. Their food is almost gone, and Jason's daughter becomes extremely weak and frightened. She worries that she'll die, just like the neighbors. His wife fears the same thing. But Jason promises that he won't let his family give up. He remembers seeing wild animals eating whatever they throw outside. If he can build a trap and place it beyond the barrier, they might be able to catch something. Luckily, Jason is an engineer. He builds a trap, and eventually a fox gets caught. But when he tries pulling it through the chimney, the rope breaks under its weight, allowing the animal to escape. Jason doesn't give up. He builds a smaller trap and catches a squirrel. For the first time in a long while, the family has a decent meal, and that small victory gives them hope. Jason then removes the floorboards on the ground level and discovers soil underneath. He begins growing crops inside the house, giving the family another source of food. 5 years pass. Every neighbor eventually dies, but Jason's family survives because of their preparation and resourcefulness. They grow vegetables inside the house, collect rainwater, and use a homemade purifier to make it drinkable. Jason even automates his traps so they can catch food without constantly risking themselves. But after 5 years of relative safety, another terrifying storm arrives. The creatures outside begin gathering around their house. The family watches in fear. Then Jason's wife notices water moving through the front door lock. It wraps around the lock like a hand. The door opens by itself. For the first time in 5 years, the barrier is gone. A creature stands outside. Jason and the children hide while his wife freezes in fear. She quickly finds cover, but the creature moves toward her. They realize something else about it. It can't see, it can only hear. A strange liquid begins leaking from the creature and spreads through the house. It destroys their crops and contaminates their water supply. Jason's daughter hides underneath the floorboards, directly below the creature. Some of the liquid falls onto her, but surprisingly, it doesn't hurt her. She realizes the truth. It's seawater. Suddenly, the creature hears other creatures outside and leaves. Jason's son sees his first real opportunity to escape and tries to run outside, but Jason stops him. There's still creatures everywhere. The door seals shut again. Now the family has another problem. Almost no food remains. Fortunately, one of their traps catches a wild animal. When Jason's daughter tries to release it, the animal bites her and escapes. Soon, she becomes seriously ill. Jason gives her their last clean water, but she needs medicine. That's when he remembers something important. The city's sewer system is connected. Jason asks his wife to travel through the sewers and reach a nearby house to search for medicine. She finds a neighboring home abandoned and damaged, but manages to locate what they need. Before she can leave, creatures enter the area. She hides and waits for an opportunity, then races back through the sewer. Jason pulls her into the house, but the creatures follow close behind. He quickly breaks part of the wall and sends debris into the sewer, blocking their path. His daughter gets the medicine and slowly begins recovering, but their house is falling apart. Jason's son finally tells him they can't hide forever. They can't spend the rest of their lives trapped inside. His wife agrees. For the first time, Jason realizes his son may be right. They begin preparing to fight back. Then another storm arrives. Heavy rain forces water into the sewer system. The pressure becomes so intense that the windows break, flooding the house and allowing creatures inside. The family struggles through the rising water. Jason tries to fight one creature with a large tool, but can't stop it. His wife escapes another creature and makes it back to the family. Jason orders everyone to reach the attic. He tells his son to set a trap for the creature. The boy struggles to complete the plan while holding his breath underwater, but he refuses to give up. Just as he reaches the attic, the creature attacks. Jason pulls his son out of danger and connects a device to his car. When he starts the vehicle, it drives forward and drags the creature along with it. The car is powerful enough to pull the creature, but it repeatedly crashes into the wall. Normally, that would be a disaster. But this time, the shaking works in their favor. The weak foundation begins breaking apart, allowing the trapped water to drain into the ground. Just before the family is overwhelmed, the water disappears. They rush downstairs and try the front door, but the creature has blocked again. Jason becomes furious and confronts it. He threatens to hurt it unless it opens the door, but the creature doesn't understand him. Jason is about to attack. His daughter stops him. She realizes that killing the creature could leave them trapped forever. So Jason makes a difficult choice. He lets it go. The creature opens the door. After 5 years, the family is finally free. But several other creatures are waiting outside. Just when they seem ready to attack, the creature Jason spared steps forward and signals the others to leave the family alone. For once, the monster becomes their protector. Suddenly, they hear a massive crash behind them. Their house collapses completely into a huge hole. The floodwater soon disappears, and the creatures leave with it. Jason and his family climb onto a car and look around. The city they once knew is gone. It has become a massive jungle. Then they discover that their neighbor's boat is still usable. They decide to leave the city by water. Using the radio, they finally make contact with other survivors. For the first time in 5 years, they know they're not alone. The family leaves the ruined city behind and begins a new journey, finally free from the walls that trapped them for so long.